Welcome, guys, to Ltsl, ran by yours truly, the Diabetic Empath. Before I get into things and the swing of stuff, guys, I just want to say the things that I share here, most of it's really not original stuff. It's stuff I've read or saw that resonated with me that I just wanted to get out there and share and spread. I will do my best to give credit where it's due, although my mind's like, so I might not always remember, or in this video I probably won't have a lot to be like, this is where I got this from. But the overall thing is, I just want this message to get out there. Now, some of you might be wondering what LTSL even stands for, and that stands for learning to self-love. And some of you, that might just sound like, oh yeah, I know what that is. It's yeah. But I just wanted to talk more about what that is. What is learning to self-love? Like, why is it something that is a learning? Why is it something that's not innate? Why don't we already do it? And some of you might actually already do it. Some of you might do it every day. If you do, that's awesome. Some of you who don't, well, that's exactly what this video is made for. And if you already do it every day, just keep watching. You might resonate with some of this stuff. You might learn. You might have more things to add in. And so let's get right into it. I'm like I said, I'm a scatterbrain guy, so I got a journal where I got things written down, bullet point, to try to talk and keep it from me rambling on and just standing there going, whoa. So, the thing I started, one of the things I have written down here is, why am I here? And that's important. And the thing is, I'm here because I'm on this journey with you guys about learning to self-love. One of the things that I know that I need to work on is a confidence builder. Sometimes I don't believe in myself, or I question, was that really the right move? And so it's just working on that. And I feel like that this idea, it came to me, and so I was like, well, it's something to also hold myself more accountable for, which is important, is to get this message out there and share it with others. And that's the next thing I wanted to go right into, is who is this for? And the real answer for this is for everyone. Healthcare workers, empaths, just general people overall. I mean, we've all lived in this world. We've all been through the ringer in our own ways, and there are ways that have whittled at us and brought us down, where some of us, or a lot of us, don't really believe or see the beauty in ourselves that others might see. And so, why did I choose the name Diabetic Empath? It's definitely not because I'm the only diabetic out there, empath, like combo type deal. No, it's none of that type of stuff. It's not like an original type thing. It's just two things that resonate within me and what they mean to me, because I've been a diabetic since I was 9 months old, so it's just kind of always been part of my life. But it's also been always a challenge in my life, something I've had to overcome each and every day, and so much that I've conquered it, where it's not really a challenge anymore. It's just a part of my life, and I'm sure you guys all have similar things and stories and whatnot. And the other half of that name was empath that I used. And you can Google it, you can find it, you can find books about empaths and find things and be like, oh yeah, that's yeah. And that's awesome. But for me, what an empath is just somebody who's been put through the ringer more than once, and their values didn't change. I mean, their look on life, their love for others, just all of that remains in some way, big or small. And so an empath to me is just simply somebody who's a victor, a conqueror. I really love the term conqueror. If you might have noticed, I used it for describing conquering the diabetes and what an empath is. Now, when I use diabetic empath, I'm not using it as a badge of honor, guys. I'm using it as a self-reminder. a reminder to myself that I've conquered these things, and there will be more, and life will try to come at me and bring me down, as it will for you guys, as if it might be right now, in fact. But the thing is that we are here. We're breathing. We're here. It didn't take us down. We're still standing, and to consistently remind ourselves of that is what's truly important, because that's part of that confidence building, that part of learning to love yourself. And so that's why I chose that name. Stuff I want to get into is the acceptance of self, confidence builder. I plan on making more videos, guys, because I'm just not going to get into all of it today, and some of it just might not be at the top of my mind right now. Like I said, I'm a bit of a scatterbrain. But where does it all start? It starts with the self. I thought of, read, heard once something. It came to me. I don't know, but it was to be selfless. First, you have to be selfish, because it all starts with the self. That's such a truly powerful thing, because it really does. Everything that's happened to you has happened to you yourself. It's all self. Like, your life is your own life. It's yourself. Like, I mean, so to look at your own self-image and how you see yourself, and if it's beautiful and strong, awesome, keep doing that. If it's not, that is okay, because we're here to work on it and to grow. We didn't come into life at the finish line. We came at the starting point. We're here to grow. We're here to expand. And so one of the biggest things is our surroundings. Our surroundings. People will whittle you down. They will tell you that you're not good, you're not great. They will do a lot of they'll do things to bring you down a peg. And it's like, you know deep down that you're not that. But when you start to hear something repetitively, time over time, it's not like, well, I might be that. And sometimes it is like that, I'm not gonna lie, but like, it starts to just become part of you, where it's just all of a sudden one day, it's like, no, I'm not worth that. No, I'm not that good. And it's not like somebody put that thought into my mind. It's just like, no, that's what I believe. And it's like, no, actually, somebody did put that thought into your mind, because you truly are beautiful, and the only expert on you is you yourself. Nobody can tell you how you feel. They can tell you, oh, you must be like this, or they can relate, but they can't tell you how you feel. They can't know that exactly. And so you have to remind yourself how awesome you are. You've got to fight back. And that doesn't mean like somebody says, oh, no, you're not fit for this, and be like, well, no, I am fit for this. And I encourage, if you do that, that's awesome. But that's not the only way to fight back. A huge important thing is simply affirmations. Reminders to yourself how wonderful and amazing you are. I wrote one for you guys, for myself to share. You might have your own, which if you do, awesome. One that I wrote is simply, I am beautiful, I am strong, and I am here. And being here is such a important thing, guys. I can't express it enough. There will always be a tomorrow and 1,000 yesterdays, but there is only one here and now. It's a living, continuous thing that you give life to with each breath you take. You create what your here is and how you see it. And I'm not saying it's not important to do things to build for your future, But sometimes we get so wrapped up thinking ahead, like a grand goal, grand scheme, 2 years, 1 year. Like, sometimes we need to stop, take a step back, and think about like a week from now. Like, if I did that affirmation right now, and then I thought tomorrow, I do it tomorrow, and the next day, and then maybe a week from now, I might be more happy. I might feel more inspired. I might have more confidence. I might do that thing that I only said I would do but never did. But that all starts with what you do now. I can't express it enough, guys. The now is so important. And speaking of the now, I have a little exercise for you guys. And that is simply to... So guys, I have 2 exercises, pre-warning. I do have 2. One for later on in the video and one for right now. And this exercise, or whatnot, challenge really it is more of, is to challenge yourself to do an affirmation every day. And I'm here on the same journey, well, on my own journey with you guys, but it's all about self-love, and I'm challenging my own self to do the affirmations as well. Now, like, you guys can probably already tell, but I don't have the greatest memory. And so, for myself, I'm going to set an alarm clock on my phone. So every day when I wake up and I look at my phone, it's going to say affirmations. And I'm going to go to the bathroom or whatnot, and I'm going to give voice to these things. I'm going to make them not live in my head, but live out in the world. And I'm going to say out loud. It might be a whisper, it might be to myself, but I'm going to say it, even if it's just like me talking to you guys right now. I don't need to yell it, I don't need to shout it, but I'm going to say it. I'm going to look in the mirror, I'm going to look at myself, and I'm going to acknowledge myself and say, I am beautiful, I am strong, and I am here. And so I challenge you guys to do that every day as well. Now, you don't have to do that exact affirmation. You might have your own. You might come up with your own. If you do, I'd love to hear it. Put it in the comments. That'd be absolutely wonderful for others to see as well, because we can help build each other up. It's not only that people spread negativity and that you deteriorate yourself. Spreading positivity can help raise yourself as well. But that doesn't mean just believe everything people tell you. Like, obviously, if it resonates with you, yeah. But if it doesn't, maybe ask yourself, why is it that they said that? Why do they believe that? Try to see it from their point of view, maybe. And then you'll just simply help grow yourself. And if they're telling you that you're wonderful and they believe in you, and you're like, hi? Look back at yourself and think about that. Go, no, you're right. You don't need to tell them no, they're right, but tell yourself, no, you're right. I am beautiful. I am awesome. And maybe that's something you add to your own affirmations, is because you truly are. You are here, and that is the most amazing thing that's possible, is the fact that you're living. You're alive. I can't go into it enough, guys. So that's how I'm going to go about it. Another huge thing is the acceptance of self. So earlier, the I am here, the affirmation, it's a huge confidence builder. And it's sometimes what we need, because we've been dwindled down enough times, enough notches, to not have that own self-faith. I mean, I don't know if I said it already, but this is not my first take on this video. I had the lack of confidence. I didn't feel like I had articulate everything well enough for you guys, so I paused, I restarted. Sometimes I even did the recording before hitting record, and I was like, that is some great stuff, and I stopped myself because I didn't hit record. So, confidence building. But next portion I really want to move into is the acceptance of self. The first step to that really is opening yourself to yourself. Not opening yourself up to others, but open yourself to yourself, because we tend to close ourselves down, put those barriers, put those shields, and not open up and like just say what we think and what we feel. And it's important to do that with yourself, to acknowledge how you feel, to acknowledge what you're going through, and accepting who you are. The past, it eats up at us, guys. It really does. I speak from personal experience, and they say let it go, and it'll be fine. And it's like, oh yeah, sure, just whoop, gone. No, it's a progress, but letting go is like the final step, and to get there, one of the pieces I've come to realize is accepting it. Ignoring your past and accepting your past are two different things, guys, because you can ignore it and be like, well, that's the back of my mind, or that didn't happen, or why am I telling this to myself? But learning to accept it, being like, yeah, that did happen. Yeah, I'm not proud of it, but it happened. And learning to learn from that. I mean, you wouldn't be who you are today if it wasn't for your past. So learning to accept that happened, and to accept and acknowledge that you grew from that, or you learned from that, or it altered whatever course it was, that's a huge step to initiating letting go of it and just living in your now. Like I said, the now, guys. It really is truly important. Now, I know a lot of you guys, especially you healthcare workers, you just stretch yourselves out, caring for others, not ever taking a moment to stop and care for yourself. And a lot of times that just burns you out, and then you can only do it for so long. Like I said, being first step to being selfless is to be selfish. You need to take care of yourself first, because if you don't, you're not nearly going to be able to help as many people that you want. You're not going to be able to care as much. You're going to limit it, and you're going to limit your now. That's what you're doing. You're limiting your now. So learning to decrease this burnout, I actually have a exercise for you guys, and that's to write down 10. If you can't do 10, trust me, I tried it, it's difficult. 5, and if you can't do 5, at least 3 things that you do that relaxes you, renews you, just makes you re-energize. Write those things down and look at them. And here's the challenge part, guys. I challenge you guys to do just one of those things once a week. And so, how am I going to give you guys an exercise and challenge if I don't do it myself? So, I have done the exercise part. The challenge I am going to do with you guys right throughout time and on this journey. And so, the things that help renew me, relax me, re-energize myself. I ain't gonna lie, guys, I didn't write this in 5 minutes. I didn't write it in a half hour. It took me like 2 days to come up with 10 things. And so what I came up with was writing, meditating, listening to music. I'll listen to music like a whole day. I'll just lay on the couch or whatever and listen to music and just really get into it. Being outside, being in nature, time with my friends, time with animals, especially my own dog. She is my world. Going for walks, deep open conversations, video gaming, and longboarding outside. So I don't know about you guys, but I live in Minnesota and there's snow currently on the ground, so longboarding outside isn't going to be happening. But the one that I'm going to choose to do at least once a week, if not more, because I want to do it more. Actually, it's not something that I believe is important for me, but it's something I want to do, is Meditating. So I'm gonna put on my calendar on my phone because I use my phone for everything. And I'm gonna put on my calendar at the end of the week. It's gonna pop up with an alarm going meditating for 20 minutes. That's it. 20 minutes. I'm gonna keep it as realistic as possible that I can actually do it. And so, the end of the week, if I hadn't done it for at least 20 minutes, at least one day of the week, I'm going to sit down at that time because I'm going to pick that free time at the end of the week that I know I'm always free, but I'm always doing something at home. I'm going to take time, I'm going to stop, I'm going to do it. How you guys go about this is your own way, but I encourage you guys to not just like be like, oh yeah, I'm gonna do it and keep it in your head and then let it get lost or whatever, but to set reminders or make it so that this is actually possible for you. So that's why I'm gonna set a calendar on my phone. 20 minutes meditating once a week. Another thing I'm gonna challenge myself to do is make these videos once a week. When I was coming up with the idea for these videos, it just like all like kind of flooded, and I wrote them down in my journal and it was scattered everywhere. And so I have a lot to talk to you about today, guys. Well, or I've had a lot to talk to you about, but I'm not gonna lie. One of the things that I'm like, well, will I have content to actually give you guys or talk to you guys about? But once a week, I want to do these videos. I want to do at least, even if it's only a minute, it's a check-in. It holds me accountable because what I found out personally, now this might be for all of you, but it might be for some of you, is routine. Building a routine is so key to taking care of my own self, taking care of my own diabetes, I found out. And so building that routine helps me stay on track and do the things that are important for me, that I think are important for me, and that I want to do. So that's why I said a calendar, why I'm going to set alarms, so I do routinely do these and continuously build that. Because like I said, you hear something day after day and you start to believe it. Well, same thing with positive things, guys. Like, let's do that. Let's create a day after day where it's just like, yeah, I'm wonderful and I can accept that. And sure, that might sound, well, the word escapes me, but I'm sure you guys know, full of myself or whatever. But it's like, if I don't do that, I'm going to feed into the negativity. I'm going to be like, oh yeah, I'm not worthy of that. I'm going to limit myself. And that is something we should not be doing whatsoever. A little bit more of why I'm here, why I'm making this video today is the holidays, guys. I get it. The holidays are usually, like, they can be really fun and wonderful, and that's awesome. And, like, Christmas or whatever you celebrate, the day it comes, it happens, and it's wonderful, and then the day tomorrow, it doesn't just end, it continuously goes, and that's absolutely, absolutely amazing. But for some of you out there, the holidays isn't an easy time. And so, the day comes and the day after, and it just kind of lingers and it dwindles on you. And that's also why I want you to do something at least once a week, because if you're not one of those people who enjoys the holidays, or if you have negative experiences, let's build those positive experiences. Let's get around them, and let's make sure that this isn't just a holiday thing. This is like every week, every day, that we are taking care of ourselves, that we are loving ourselves, because I can't express how important that is. A while back, I was at my ropes, guys, and one of the things that another one of the things of why I'm here is I found myself so good at giving up that I gave up on not trying anymore. Because it's not worth letting all that negative impact your life. It really isn't. It might be a battle, but it's a battle worth having and giving, because you are beautiful and you are wonderful and you deserve to be happy. And I can't express that enough. Also, I just want to kind of give a little shout out too, because I wouldn't be here in front of this camera making this recording trying to spread a message of self-love if it weren't the people in my life that had inspired me to do this. And one of those key people is Mr. Pete Sapper. I hope I pronounced your name right. I always worry about pronouncing people's names. I never want to butcher them. But on Empath Uprising, if you haven't checked out that YouTube channel, check it out, because it's absolutely wonderful. He is an amazing man, and he is a powerful message for all of you. And the tribe there, seeing them post their videos is such an inspiration, and their comments, and like, if you look at those uprising videos and you look in the comment section, you just see the amount of support and love, and that's what we should all really be spreading. But to do that, really, we need to start with loving ourselves. And I've told a few friends about this channel idea that I wanted to do, and they gave me that support. They're like, I do believe you should do this, because this is an important thing. And it might not be original, and it might be repetitive. You might hear these things other places, but the message itself should be shared and continued. That's my sole belief. And there are other people that have inspired me and that I will hopefully mention in the future. I hate mentioning people without getting their permission or whatnot, because I value them, and I don't want to just blast their name out there. Even if it's for good, I don't want to blast their name out there if they're not comfortable with it. So hopefully I'll mention those people in the future, as well as there will be future people that inspire me or help me come up with ideas to share with you guys. I mean, one of the things that I absolutely want to do is I want to hear from you guys. Put it in the comments if you have ideas, if this resonated with you, if you liked it, if it helped, if it didn't help, if you want to see something in a future video that you want to see me talk about. Put it there, because it's not the individual, but the people that they're willing to listen to that makes their fountain of wisdom. And I truly believe that, guys. I mean, I'm only as wise and smart as the people I'm willing to listen to, because together we make a collective whole, and together we are that much stronger. And I just want to say that I hope you all have absolutely beautiful, wonderful days. And if you're not, remember, your day is what you make of it. So make it a good day. Stop and be like, no, this happened and this actually made me smile. Focus on the positivity. Don't let the negativity eat at you. Till I get my next video up, I'm gonna end it with a little pit bull, because he has a message that I want to say to you guys, and that's, I believe.